Hi, this is Shamrondi from Providence Life Design, and I'm making a video about how to lighten the energy in your home. This is not rooted in anything religious, okay? We're talking about like just making sure that your milieu, the energy in your home, the environment in your home is conducive for everything that you need your home to do for you. So growing up, I know that I would see my grandmother do things and didn't make sense back then, right? But it makes sense now. And if she just felt like, oh, something was a little off, she would like light a candle, for no particular reason. She would just like have a, pretty candle just lit on her kitchen counter, where she would like, use, she's West Indian, right? I know some of you got West Indian, family, and, some of us just tend to be so, some of us just tend to be so much closer to the earth, right? We just have like a quick fix, like this is just what's going to take care of right now. But I made a list, and I hope that it's useful to you. It's all palatable things that you can take in, you can digest, and you can apply for your own home. So the first thing is sea salt. Right? So when you buy the sea salt, you're not going to use whatever you have in your kitchen and you're cooking with. You're just going to buy some sea salt. And if you're a person that sweeps your home or use a sweeper or a vacuum or something like that, with like a ready to dispense kind of canister and not like a vacuum bag. I hope we're all like in 2019 right now. Sea salt is great. You sprinkle that down and you just, you could leave it there overnight. And then you just like vacuum it up or sweep it up the next day, okay? Another thing which I think is wonderful, I personally love, is crystals. Crystals and sage. Sage and crystals are so wonderful. I have made bundles of sage for people, and they just tell me how it just helps them. Like, sage is wonderful. I'm talking about stuff that you get from the supermarket, okay? And you just dry that, and sometimes, when your house has too much stagnant air in it, just cracking a window or opening up a door or opening up a window and burning a little sage will really, really, like, help your environment, okay? I mentioned crystals because I think they're so pretty. You may find something. It is not for you to go and buy any particular one. Nothing like that. It is sometimes I think some retailers as regular as like TJ Maxx or these Marshalls, these kind of like places. If you're not a person that goes into stores that sells crystals per se, every now and then you might be fortunate to come across, like a piece of a geode or something like that. And if it resonates with you and you think like, oh, this will be pretty on my kitchen sink, then you grab it, right? Or my bathroom vanity or whatever the case may be. Candles. Candles are nice. We all use candles. I personally, I don't like candles that smell like food. I'm originally from, being up north. I'm dating myself, but there used to be a store called Yankee Candle. Yankee Candle was so fantastic, right? Like these candles were they just had the most potent quantity of oil in it. Like it would just scent your whole situation. And, I was never a person that liked candles that smell like food. It's either I'm baking cupcakes and my kitchen smells like cupcakes, or it is going to smell like something that is going to be floral or whatever the case may be. So candles are lovely. Plants are great. If you do not have a green thumb, because I've given plants before as gifts, and I've then visited later on and the plants are dead. Now, I'm thinking, this is back when I was like younger and I didn't know any better. Not everybody realizes that they have to water plants every couple of days, right? That's why some people, their poinsettias just die like right after Christmas, because they haven't watered it since they bought it for the holidays. So then it just dies on their own. But it could easily be February, March, and your poinsettia is still growing strong if you were watering it. It comes in dirt. Water it. Give it a little sunlight. So if you do not have a green thumb, I recommend that you find a plant that can thrive only in water. Bamboo shoots, ivy. A lot of times ivy comes in a pot with potting soil and all of that. But it doesn't necessarily need to be in dirt. There's quite a few plants that if you just stuck it in some water, it would, you know, gather its chlorophyll or, you know, sun, what you call UV, whatever. It'll just gather it or harvest it on its own, and it will thrive, right? If the water gets a little bit too funky, you just throw out the water and you fill it back with some clean water. But there's plenty of household plants that can survive in a vase with only water. Plants will just do your space so much good. Some of them purify the air. It just brings enough, you know, brings a warmth into the room. It cuts down on the echo and noise in a space. Plants are possible. I don't care if you have a green thumb or you don't have a green thumb. Plants are very, very possible. Music is always great to lighten the mood. I personally like music videos. I'm a music video person. I love a music video. You will not catch me watching a reality show. I feel like I'm just, I don't have time. I got too much stuff to think about. I got little ones that I always got to keep my eyes on and stuff like that. I don't want to get distracted over somebody else and their man problems, right? So, I think I mentioned that in another video about like clearing your space and like protecting your space at all costs. Like, people don't understand how reality shows like suck and steal your joy and your energy and all your whatever, your good stuff in your space. They can. They can. Because you and your man can just have a little disagreement, something that, you know, you cook a little food and you'll get over it. But then you over here watching people who've been making bad choices all their life. I ain't calling no names. They're making bad choices all their life. Consistency. They are consistent with making bad choices. And here they are, a hot wreck mess on your television, and you are committing and giving and offering 2 hours a week of your time. Your house is dirty and nasty. Go and clean your house. Or if you want to play it, make sure you're doing something productive if you're going to be watching that mess. Go and clean your house while you're watching it, right? Anyway, no shade. The other thing, I think I mentioned it before, but like cracking a window, right? Like, I knew from as a young child that cracking a window was important. You know, I grew up in cold Massachusetts. Just cold for no reason. Huh? It's like snow is taking up residence in the parking lots for weeks at a time. No. You know, that's not for me. For some people, it is okay. I am not interested in that, right? And I didn't care how cold it was outside. I was cracking a window, okay? You need fresh air to come in and out. And lastly, and most importantly, create prayers for your home. Especially if you are somebody that entertains regularly. You're the kind, you got the nosy neighbor coming over, borrowing a cup of sugar, and you have other people's children coming in your house. You're a single woman and you're dating. You have teenagers coming in, you know, people coming in your house. It doesn't even matter if it's teenagers or not. Your children go to a public space. Same thing like a cold, right? School starts, the kids bring home a cold, everybody in your house gets sick. Same thing. Treat it the exact same way. Cooties can possibly come into your house, right? So, make prayers for your house. Sage regularly. Native Americans, you know, there's so much research. These things I'm telling you about, go and research it. Look into it on your own, you know. But this is just to ensure that the energy is right in your house.